my name is Dash and welcome to the Pumpkin Eater. It's been a while since I played anything, but Marvel Rivals, and I guess I'm coming back with the Pumpkin Eater. It's a visual novel and it's 100% medically accurate. That's what got me into it. I kind of saw it and I saw it, oh, like it's the most, kind of like this game is 100% medically accurate. And I was like, okay, nothing but that, and now we're playing it and I don't know anything else. Graphic visuals are enabled by default. To censor it, go to preferences. Does not affect the narration. Graphic visuals, so be mindful of that. Nobody knew how it happened. A boy, barely reaching double digits in years, was lying dead in the driveway. Gray and red pulp was painted everywhere. Back the car up already. How did he get under there, laying down to draw? Some freak force of nature? I'm trying, woman. An innocent life was taken too soon and too violently. Was it the will of some cruel god? A woman ran to the body, attempting to reattach fragments of jaw back onto the skull. One figure jumped out of the car in pursuit while the other was frozen in place outside. She had watched a full event unfold in front of her. Baby, speak to me, please. He's dead. No, he's not. Look, he's still moving. Don't you hear him crying? You've gone mad. And you've gone deaf. We need to save our son. There's still a hope left. Drive him to the hospital. My cat is at my door. Oh my god, that's creepy, but 1 second, gotta let my cat out. My apologies, this was not really the best time to stop, but... his brains are all over the pavement. He has already left this world. No, he hasn't. You're a liar, help me. But... what? Now, if you care about me and your children, you can't stay out here like this. Bring him inside before the neighbors come. We'll deal with this later. It's okay. You can help me tighter, darling. We didn't mean it. He's still alive. Mommy, what's going on? Don't worry. There was just a little accident, but everything is going to be okay, I promise. We should replace his head. Quick, Gargar, a pumpkin should be the best size. Perfect nuclear family torn apart. Their lives would forever be changed. Peter Pumpkin Eater, had a wife, but couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Peter the pumpkin. Huh? I thought that was the kid. The mother stood panting and admiring her creation. Y'all, I didn't know it would be like this. I kind of thought it would be like something else, but that's, wow. Having chills. It's too panting and admiring her creation, wiping off any blood from her hands onto her apron. It was a little crude, yeah, but it worked better than she expected. Outside, the father stared into the sky while the daughter couldn't look away from the driveway mess. Her head hurt from crying her heart out. It's going to rain soon. I'll wash everything away as if nothing happened. Are we really not going to do anything? Oh, I'll think of something. Daddy is stouter than you think. For now, humor your mother by going along. I'll be hosting down the driveway. I'm scared. I hate this. The father reassuringly patted her on the shoulder. Though he was a man of the few words, the father did love his wife, but most importantly, he loved his image. He didn't want his family to be branded as miscreants. They had just committed vehicular manslaughter. There had to be a way of disposing of the body. Dinner's ready. You two, please come inside. No, dude. The two were greeted by the son, who was sitting in Grandpa's old wheelchair. The most bizarre sight, however, was a pumpkin in the place of a human head. its face carved into a welcoming grin. One could still see the remains of the original crushed head within the holes. See, the head looks just like him. He said he liked his chair, but wishes it wasn't so squeaky. Dear, could you do me a favor and purchase some oil tomorrow? Of course. Well, everyone, don't just stand there catching flies. Let us wash our hands and begin the dinner prior so we can eat. There was a little talk at the table. What was there to say anyway? Despite the gloomy atmosphere, the mother was unusually lively. Here comes the airplane. She was spoon feeding him. The daughter grimaced at her, shoving mashed potatoes into the son's mouth. The girl looked at the father for guidance, but he did not return her gaze. The daughter focused her attention back to the food on her plate. It smelled good, but the meat resembled an awful lot like her brother's. She dry heaved. After silently washing the dishes with her mother, the daughter headed straight to bed. She had no energy left in her. It's rude leaving your brother at the table, you know. He's gonna sleep with me? Of course, why won't he? You two have always shared the bedroom. Oh, why is he so hard to move? His joints are all locked up. I swear he was much more relaxed this afternoon. Using all of her strength, the grumbling mother laid the son in his bed. She first tucked in the son, then the daughter, making sure to kiss each of their foreheads. Sweet dreams, you two. Good night, Mom. That's sad. That's just sad. With the flick of the switch, the room fell into darkness. Even with the daughter's back turned, she knew those curved eyes were boring into her. Day 1. You know, dude, have a good day at work. Remember what I've told you. Dear, that is final. Wake up, it's time for school. Her brother was still laying in bed, so it wasn't a nightmare after all. As per usual, the mother tied the daughter's bow blue, her favorite color. Your brother needs to stay at home for a while so he can recover from his injuries. Listen, whatever you do, don't tell anyone what happened yesterday. It will be our family's little secret. Do you understand? Okay. I'm glad you're so well behaved. Mommy and Daddy are trying their best despite our predicament. The girl shuffled off towards the school bus, completely bewildered at the mother's nonchalant attitude. After waving the daughters goodbye, the other woman returned to the house. Only the mother and son remained. Thankfully, his body had loosened up again, so it was easier to carry him out of the bed and into the wheelchair. Don't get so full of yourself, you'll still have to study at home. Oh, don't give me that look either, you know puppy dog eyes are my weakness. Today was typically the day she spent cleaning the entire house. Despite her being a stay-at-home mother, it was a full job taking care of the estate, not to mention her family. She pulled out the vacuum cleaner. Several hours of busy work would be good to take her mind off of yesterday's events. Are you thirsty? Would you like me to bring you a drink? You're not? That's fine. If you need anything, just call for me and I'll be there in a jiffy. It was a lovely day today and her son could use some fresh air. The mother pushed him out on the veranda behind the house. It faced the family's pumpkin patch, so no nosy neighbors could see him. Humming, the mother entered a comfortable cleaning rhythm, letting all worry slip away. The sky suddenly opened up. The mother was glad, for the sun rained. Their pumpkin patch desperately needed it. Wait, her son was still outside. The mother dragged him inside and threw several towels on him. She pressed against them, drying him as fast as she could. What a fool she was. Taking him outside really was a bad idea. She promised herself she wouldn't slip up like that again. Oh dear, your clothes are soaking wet. I can't have you catching a cold. I'm gonna have to change them, if that's it alright with you. Dinner was again silent. Usually the daughter was the chattiest, bragging forever about what she had learned in school or in her books that day. Now, she was poking her stew. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. The daughter refused to respond. Huffing in annoyance, the mother turned her attitude to her husband. Attention, sorry. Your son and I had a great time together. He was very quiet, but did complete his required reading. I consider that great progress. I headed to the bar. Dear, but we haven't finished yet. I'll be back soon. Goodness, what has gotten into everyone? After dinner and its cleanup ended, the mother and daughter went their separate ways. The mother fell fast asleep, but in the daughter's bedroom, the girl was looking for any sign of life in her brother. Pale skin, dried blood around his neck, and a burgundy discoloration in the arms and hands. It just wasn't human. She reached out for his arm. Touching her brother was a familiar occurrence. Playfine, sharing food, she interacted with him as any sibling would. Even if the two had spent hours in snow, she had never touched a person so cold before. The daughter shrunk back. She allowed the hurt to continue calling him her brother. The figure tucked gently into bed wasn't it. Without a word, she pulled the covers over the body. Day 2. It's just sad. The mother got crazy. Mother is really, I feel like it happens so much about mothers. Like, I've seen so many stories of mothers when they lose their kid and they just go completely like crazy, and it's really sad. It's not like I've heard this game was like, oh, terrifying, really scary, very disturbing. It's just sad. It's really sad. But the husband's like, oh, I'm going to the bar. Your wife is kind of like clicked to the other side, and she's like, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's sad. I don't really have any other words to describe, but it is sad. And I feel bad for the sister because she has to sleep with a dead body next to her. That's insane. But I feel bad for the mom. I don't think she doesn't understand that her kid is kind of like, how could you? But the dad, I kind of like, I'm going to the bar, whatever. It's you know, in my opinion, I don't think that's right. Your wife is crazy. She's going crazy. She needs help, and the kid now needs help too because she's spending time. She's sleeping with the dead body next to her. That's crazy. It's school time. Please get dressed. When the daughter awoke, she found the body back to leering at her. The blanket must have slipped off during the night. Uncovering the head once more, a fly landed on the pumpkin. Hello, who is this? Yes, I am the mother. Yes, ma'am, I assure you everything is fine with my son. He's been feeling a little under the weather lately. Thank you. Goodbye. The teacher on the phone sounded incredibly displeased. Timelessness and attendance had always been one of the family's orders, so the mother was quiet and embarrassed. In addition, the mother felt guilty for not informing the teacher about her son's absence ahead of time, but her husband kept instructing her not to speak about her son's accidents. So where's the husband? I thought he would be back from the bar. See, he's not around. The father did not return that night. To help alleviate the awkwardness, the mother attempted some small talk. Oh, how was your day today? Learn anything fun? Kind of. Was dinner to your liking? You need to eat your vegetables to grow big and strong. I guess. Your brother was telling me a funny story today about how you both accidentally broke a vase by playing tag. You were so horrified you ran out of the house and climbed the tree to hide. He tried to save you by climbing the tree, but ended up getting stuck there too. You two must have been up there for an hour by the time your father and I came home from the grocery store. I swear, you kids are always up to mischief whenever your parents are out of the house. Oh, the mother chuckled and spoon-fed some more broccoli into the sun. That's so sad. The house was starting to smell. It was musty, like meat starting to spoil. The daughter knew exactly what was causing that odor. and it must make her stomach churn. After dinner, we can put on the radio. The Lone Ranger might be on. You like cowboys, don't you? No, not really. I'm heading to bed. Fine then. Your brother and I will enjoy the program without you, Miss Grumpy Pants. Day 3. I'm holding my tears. I'm holding my tears. Ugh. The mother's first task of the day after sending the daughter and her husband out was to attend to her son. She hadn't noticed him before, but certain areas of the child's skin were discolored. It had the same green and blue hues of a bruise, but the airy, sparkling pattern were nothing like she had seen before. At least, it was faint. Were you playing with markers? Pulling out a sponge, she washed the spot, but it refused to scrub off. She retrieved her makeup kit to cover up the blemishes. Tomorrow she will look for stronger cleaner for her skin. Sweetheart, could you pass the salt to your brother? He looks like he needs some. The daughter hesitated. But he's... Okay. I appreciate you being so well behaved since your brother injury. He makes mommy job just a little easier. Don't worry, he will be back to running around with you in no time. Again, the father did not return for dinner. That's just... I don't know, I get, their image and like whatever, they're like kind of some fancy, like look at her, the mother, she looks so fancy, she has jewelry, she got gold, and like, the house looks nice, but like, how could her husband leave? You know, like your wife is going mad, and okay, well your mother, well your wife is going mad, but your daughter is being like traumatized day by day. Like now she was sleeping, like she's sleeping every day with the corpse next to her, and now she's passing him food. She's gonna play with him next. What now? Like the father is just gone. He's in the bar. I guess that's his ways of like whatever. But like I don't know. I don't get it. How do I preference? I actually didn't see this. Back skip autosave. I actually didn't see this. Again, the father did not return for dinner, and the daughter was beginning to think that he had run away for good. She did not blame him. But why couldn't he take her away with him? Like, see, like, if your if your wife is mad, like, get her help and get the daughter away at least. Like, you can't hide it. You can't hide what you did to your son. It's just wrong. It's wrong. As the women were cleaning up, the door flung open. It was father. Why is he red? Was he always red? The girl's nose crinkled at the heavy liquor smell coming from him. Oh, hell. Home, heading to bed. No dinner needed. Took you long enough. Not happy. Her son needs you right now. I don't want to hear you nagging, woman. The daughter sprinted to her room before she became caught in the crossfire. She could already hear the screaming in the parents' bedroom. Knowing her mother, this could take hours. Like the several days before, the siblings found themselves staring at each other in bed. It was becoming tough to look at him. The fullness of his scent made her eyes burn like moldy salami. She felt to suppress a tremble as she noticed the white fuzz growing in the vegetable eye. She felt nothing but sympathy for the corpse. He deserved a proper burial, like Grandpa, not kept around in this decorative state. Brother, are you in heaven? Are you at peace right now? Day 5. What about day 4? The entire family was keeping to themselves in the living room. The father was reading a newspaper, the daughter playing with jacks, the son sitting silently in the corner, and the mother eventually running around, spraying as much bug spray as she could. There are flies everywhere. I'm so sick of their buzzing. I'm worried that all of their noise of bothering her son. He needs as much sleep as possible to recover. Dear, do you think something went bad in the pantry? If you help me move some boxes, I can clean it out today. Dear, are you listening? The father threw his newspaper on the floor. I'm tired of playing pretend. You're taking this too far. What do you mean? As in, I'm disposing of his body properly. I am digging his grave and you will not stop me. Without hesitation, he left the room and returned with a shovel. He grabbed the wheelchair. The mother also latched onto it, pulling it to her side with all her might. Left and right, the bloated body was jostled between the parents, almost ready to toddle over out of its seat. "No, leave him alone. You can't keep him like this." "Yes, I can. He's our son. Stop scaring him." "For heaven's sake, he's green and smells like savage. Does that sound normal to you?" "The wife should always listen to her husband. Don't be foolish. Once he's buried in the pumpkin patch, we shall never speak of this again." A couple inches to the right, and the china glass would have blinded him. "Don't you dare take him away from me!" Her outburst was completely uncharacteristic to the father and daughter, and it shocked who or what had possessed the mother. "Please, we can get you some help. You're being hysterical." The mother opened a nearby drawer and grabbed a large knife. She was a good cook and knew her cutlery well. The woman looked terrified, shakingly holding that knife, but wholly prepared to strike in defense. "I will die before even letting my children get in harm's way. You're a danger to us. I'll do it. I'm not afraid to do it." The father dropped the shovel, backing slowly away until he was trapped against the wall. Unfortunately for him, the mother closed the distance between the two. "That's right, and you were the one who ran him over in the first place, so don't you dare lay another finger on his head, murderer. I've been following your every order, but look where that's gotten us. For the sake of our children, I think it's time you started listening to me. We're going to continue taking care of our son because he had a nasty accident and needs our help. Do you understand?" "Uh-huh." The wife raised the knife at his face. "I said, do you understand?" Yes, I understand. Don't hurt me." "Good. Now we're going to have ourselves a nice little dinner. Any objections?" The room stayed silent. Mother of the manure became gentler, but she continued to grip that knife as if her life depended on it. "I'm glad. Sweetheart, please follow Mommy and help her out. We're returning your brother to the bedroom. I think things are a little too loud for him around here. You two have been so inconsiderate." Day 7. Against keeping a day. "Oh, it's been a week. Happy birthday." Wrap it already." "Wow, a bike? Thank you." "Sure thing, Spore. How about we break it in after the party?" "Yes, please. This is the best day ever." "Can I ride it too?" "No way, you still need training wheels." "Mom, he's being mean." "Don't get too rowdy. You still have to unwrap the last of your present. Who else wants another slice of cake?" "Me." "Wait, what happened?" The body begins to swell due to increasing methane gas pressure. I'm getting achievements. What happened? Are you mad at Mommy and Daddy for hurting you? Thank goodness, I feel so relieved. I always tell your daddy to be more careful when he's driving, but he never listens. The mother picked out another maggot, tossed it into a bin. It was starting to overflow, but at least she was making progress removing the squirming creatures. I know, that feels much better, doesn't it? She was a patient woman. His healing process shouldn't take much longer. Day 10. I hear the flies. I was a little late today waking you up. Please get dressed as soon as possible. Bottle after bottle, the mother used her aerosol freshener to help air out of the room. With her other hand, she squashed a scuttling beetle. By now, she was certain that something went bad in the pantry. For there to be such a large bag infestation, as much as she wasn't looking forward to it, she might have to clean up the entire pantry. Yeah, sure, pantry. She smacked the fly who was resting on top of her son's head. Oh my, I'm sorry for using the fly smatter on you. Did that hurt? Swatter. While the mother was hard at work cleaning the house, the daughter nowadays avoided going inside as much as possible. Every day when she came home, her brother's body would be happily greeting her. She just couldn't handle her rotting inside and smell anymore. The smell of his exudation was overpowering. Green and brown juices dripping from his head and soaked his clothes. It wasn't rotting meat or spoiled milk anymore. It was death. No kids wanted to be near her either. In the corner of her eye, she could see them gag and hold their noses, as if she was the deceased one herself. This is like sad as well. Are you sure you don't want to stay with me a little longer? Oh, you motherfucker. Oh my god. I can't. I have to get back home to my wife. Oh, you've been looking so stressed recently. Is everything okay at home? The father let out a deep sigh. Not particularly. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. I haven't been treated the best recently, but my husband's so demanding, screaming at me for the littlest things. She's scrolling around like she wears the pants around the house now. I can't get any peace and quiet in my own home. I need to show her who's boss. She can't keep pushing me around like this. I'm a man, for God's sake. I wish you luck. You can always keep crawling back to me to lick your wounds. Oh my goodness. This is just sad. Yeah, this is so sad. Where have you been? It's rather late. Work. Our son was asking about you today because you failed to show up for super again. You're worrying him sick. Every single day you talk about the blessed son. I don't like how you do your job and make the money. I take care of the house and kids. Why is that so hard for you to understand? Yet you call me foolish. He was humiliated from how quickly she shut him down. At least she couldn't dictate his actions outside of the home. He berated himself for his cowardice. Day 14, so 2 weeks. He's not ready anymore. Excuse me. Darling, I'm sorry that dinner was a little rushed. Taking care of your brother was consuming most of my day today. It was worse than rushed. More like she threw random ingredients, edible or not, into a pot. This past week it seemed that most of her meals were ending in the similar fate. The daughter poked at the semi-charred apple with her fork. There was a maggot living in her food. Oh my, what have I told you about not washing your hands before you eat? You need to wash them more frequently. Were you playing outside? Stop it already. How can you two continue pretending everything is normal? Dear, tell her that everything is normal. The father looked like he was in a trance, rhythmically chewing his food without a care in the world. Listen to your mother more. She's correct. It's not true. Why do you insist on taking back? You're a child. You don't understand anything. Treat your parents with some respect. The mother began to spoon-fed the body again. The spoon's contents also hurriedly containing maggots. A milk-white maggot slipped from the satin pumpkin head and landed onto the spoon. Oblivious to the mother. Ah, yummy, isn't it? Oh gosh, she was going to retch. I'm going to my room. As you should. No super for the rest of the night. No super? What's super? The daughter was forced to cart the little body back to their bedroom, making sure to avoid touching his slimy body as little as possible. Excuse me. His abdomen, distant and beyond belief, was stretching to rip through his clothes. The gorging insects were taking delight in how he was balloon ready to pop. Oh my god, excuse me. Who knew what putrid horrors were trapped inside him? But the girl found her knees weeping. Mother kept saying everything was fine, but of course it wasn't. What wouldn't she give to return to normalcy? Whatever she did, she do to deserve this torture. If only she and her brother hadn't been housing when the car came. When she looked up, the body was now facing away from her, giving her some semblance of privacy during her grief. Or was he always facing that way? She couldn't remember. Thank you. Of course, there would be no response, yet she still felt the urge to say something. I miss you, brother. I miss you so much. Oh my goodness. School now. Bacteria at the bottom getting another achievement. Start for nutrients. Another day, another garbage bag full of empty bug spray. The mother dabbled away any leakage from the son's body, alongside some flaky adipocere. It was too much of a mess moving him in and out of the wheelchair anymore, not to mention running her up Hollister. So she might as well clean him where he sat. You need to take care of yourself more. The last time a sponge bathed you was when you were a wee baby. Now to say you're not still mommy's little baby. She was frustrated with how many racks it took to maintain her son's cleanliness. He was slowly making his way through her favorite dish racks. The pelican pattern one she was using was soaked with murky browns and greens. Her poor pumpkin seemed to be covered in a greasy black substance. It wasn't his job to clean the stove top. The mother dabbed harder against his arm, accidentally scraping up a small section of skin. She groaned when more fluid oozed from the spot. Your sister has been refusing to help with laundry. Can you believe it? I wish she was as well behaved as you. No one else wants to spend time with dear old mom. That's why you've always been mommy's favorite. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Hello? Yes, this is the mother. What? My daughter said that? About that, I think a raccoon died on the walls. We're going to have to get it looked at. Yeah, she's just overreacting. Children have such vivid imaginations. Her face clenched. That girl. Wait, what'd you say? Because the school bus had long since left, the mother had to drive to school to pick her up. They drove back in silence with the daughter awkwardly fidgeting. The mother looked like she was about to blow a gasket. Okay, explain yourself. Your teacher said that you were insistent on not returning home because there's a corpse in our house. Do you know how embarrassed I was? But it's true. There are insects crawling all over him in the house. I don't know how much more I can take. I feel so sick. The mother glanced at the body. What's that, darling? She's being quite rude? Yeah, I agree with you. Mom, he's dead. He will never respond. When will you do something about it? It's awful living here. What a horrible thing to say about your brother. I thought I raised you better than that. Everything has gone downhill since he died. You don't do my hair bow anymore. The food is wrong. Daddy barely ever comes home, and I can't stand all the smell. I know you're still grieving, but when will you ever get it through your thick head? The mother's eyes went and directly on her hand and to her weeping daughter on the floor. The woman had spanked both of her children for misbehaving before, but she had never stricken their faces. You hit me. Sweetie, I didn't mean it. I don't know what came a hold of me. You know I'm so stressed from taking care of your brother. I don't know who you are anymore, but you're not my mom. I hate you. Darling, no, you can't hide this anymore. I'm telling the police about you and my brother. She sprinted to the phone, but the mother grabbed her by the hair. Ugh, pain sheared through the girl's body. You insolent child, after everything I've done for you. It hurts, mother, it hurts. You're going to rip my scalp off. A purposeful girl had no physical power or a fully grown woman. The daughter was dragged across the wood floor, using all of her strength to attempt to release herself. When the mother reached the children's bedroom, she threw the girl inside and the door locked. Let me out, I'm begging you. Oh, Mommy, you're so tired. The poor rich girl banged and banged again on the door to no avail. The mother wasn't even listening to her. And I'm sure you're tired of the arguing as well. Daddy disagreed for a while, but he eventually learned that Mommy always knows best. All we have to do is wait a bit longer until your brother heals up. You believe Mommy, don't you? I need to tell your father about this. He will not be pleased. The father doesn't give a fuck. No, I'm sorry. If you were truly sorry, you would have been a better sister. You can be that now. That's fucked up. I don't, y'all. With every single video, I try not to curse, but this just slips away. It's not like I don't need to. I don't want to. I just. That night, the daughter had a nightmare. Maggots covered every square inch of her body, twisting and furling to find any way to burrow deeper inside. She would have screamed if her mouth wasn't equally stuffed with maggots. The white worms slithered across the remains of her tongue, bashing against the walls of her pumpkin head, trying to escape. She could feel their tiny mouths eating away at her, bite by bite. Hello there, my sweet baby boy. I was just checking up on you. Did I disturb your sleep? No, she wasn't her brother. Leave her alone. You haven't fallen asleep yet? Are you having trouble? I can read you a bedtime story if you would like. Which one do you want to hear? If I remember correctly, The Ugly Duckling is your favorite. She sat down next to the toddler, unaware of the slimy, squirming creatures crawling their way onto the hem of her dress. Buzzing blowflies danced above the two. And she began to read. The air was suffocating. Good night. May you have sweet dreams. She kissed the pumpkin. Dark slime clung to her lips from her sweet goodnight smooch. The room fell into darkness, leaving the daughter alone, coughing and gagging into the night. Day 20. Oh. Yes, ma'am, my daughter is at home too. The kids' meals have gone pretty bad, but they should be returning to school any day now. Yes, of course, I've been homeschooling them in the meantime. What do you think I've been doing this entire time? My babies will be back when they're ready, not a day sooner. You can stop calling now. The mother was exhausted from the insistent phone calls. Just yesterday, the electrical company had threatened to shut down the power if the bills weren't paid. But she knew she had paid them. The son's skin looked even worse today, coveringly worse. His skin was soaked paper towel, tearing just as easily. The mother brought out more of her makeup kit, ready to powder all of the putrefaction. Though, unlike her previous attempts, her son's skin refused to obey. Like a silk glove, the skin slipped off, landing silently onto the ground. The ease of such a feat shocked her. Then more, and more and more, until he was resembling some bloated lizard emerging from his mouth. With each opening, a drip of black stew-like goo kept trickling down his lips. No, don't do this! She pressed her hands against him and to hamper any further sleuthing. Oh, in retaliation, a geyser of thick fluid spurted from his torso, accompanied by air too full to describe. Ugh! Ah! Finally, the steam of bodily delinquence came to rest. The child in front of her was partly deflated, sagging further into his soaked seat. This wasn't good. Why wouldn't her husband take their child to the hospital? The mother was damn near ready to herself. But she knew that adjusting from her trip would make things worse. Oh my goodness, just choked and spit. Sorry, excuse me. Even the slightest touch of her hands was not safe anymore. Tears welled in her eyes. What more could she do? On the contrary, the son's face was twisted into some relieved grin. The tired woman looked down. Her dress hem was dyed in an assortment of dark fluid. Touching her dress only further coated her hands in the mucus. After the mother spent the rest of the day cleaning the mess, she bathed and went to bed. Day 22. Oh my god, she's keeping the daughter locked up. Sorry. Anytime the daughter's door was unlocked, it was to slip in food. The timing was irregular, making it difficult to calculate when she should escape. She could hardly eat any food anyway. Not one meal passed without a wiggly maggot hiding inside. Being trapped in this festering room made her entire body itch. She brushed off a hungry fly crawling on her arm. Their usual food source had been relocated to the living room for several days now, but they were more than happy to bother her. The daughter remembered Job, a figure from the Bible, Despite all the suffering and adversity he was given, he never gave up hope and was rewarded in the end. She could make it through this too. One power the daughter had over her mother was retaining her wits. The police are here, but why? The mother glanced at rooms behind her. Hide him and make sure the police don't hear the children. Good afternoon, officers. What business do you have here? Excuse me, ma'am. We were called here today because of a small complaint. One of your neighbors wasn't happy. Yes, sirs, everything is alright. We've been having all sorts of pest problems, and I've been doing everything we can to clean them out. Insects in the pantry, raccoons in the walls, it's all a living nightmare. I sure can smell it. Do you have a stinky cheese factory hidden in there? The three awkwardly chuckled. The caller also mentioned that your son hasn't been seen in a while. Yes, it's a case of measles. I'm afraid he hasn't been improving as quickly as I would hope. I've been so worried. Everything seems to be piling up. My husband keeps saying he doesn't have time to help. He's always working. The mother wiped her eyes as the policemen lowered their hats to their chests. Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I won't bother you anymore. Our best wishes for your son getting better. Thank you. You're too kind. I'll be sure to tell him. The daughter's mouth was gagging with an old sock. Behind her, her father was tying her arms with rope. The man had no idea how to do it and was trying to barbarically force the limbs into position they shouldn't go. Your mother cares about you. About us. You know that, don't you? You can see how much she loves your brother. She'll come around, and then we can go back to being a family. Why did her father keep listening to that monster? The daughter let out a muffled wail. Finally, the man turned to stare at her. Instead of a cold glare, he looked pain from a heartbreak. He placed what might have been a loving hand on her shoulder, but he seemed too lost to tell. Yes, that's it. She was his child, remember? Surely he realized what he was doing to her. Look. Any trace of empathy vanished when he heard the returning high heels of mother. What took you so long? Come with me to the entrance. Her arms were bright red from struggling against the rope. No, don't leave her. On the opposite side of the room, the son's untied body was walking. A large section of hand, ligament, and muscle dripped onto the wheelchair seats. Eventually, the police drove away. The parents did not return to unbind her. Was it because they forgot, or did they know she would attempt to escape again? Day 25. This is fucked up. The body will release large amounts of organic material such as carbon. That's all I could read from the achievement that I just got. Both the father and mother were staring at the blank lips on the floor. It was soft and delicate, like wet tissue paper. Likewise, the child was rapidly falling apart, his mushy pumpkin head barely attaching to the neck. I thought after receiving his new head he would be recovering, but every day he gets worse and worse. What's wrong? What should we do? That's it. What if he replaced the body too? His body wasn't compatible with his head, so we should find a new body, that is. The neighbor's son, they're the same age. Bring the child here tonight. Don't keep me waiting. Her son needs his body more than their brat does. What? The daughter was awoken by the muffled sounds of struggling and whimpering. What was going on? A child screamed in the basement and answered her question. Would she be next? The daughter did the only thing she could think of. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners. Your mother wants to see you. Oh no! There was an uninvited person in the basement, and he was dead. He was fresh, and the pumpkin on his head was even fresher. Her parents really did kill someone. In the corner, her brother's body was carelessly cast aside. Look, darling, look, your brother is all better now. Aren't you happy? We don't have to worry anymore. The mother stepped towards the daughter, completely drenched in blood. The daughter wanted to vomit, but the father had her still, unable to run away from her maniacal church. I'm so glad you agreed. Things will finally go back to normal. Don't forget you have school tomorrow, so you can take your brother with you. She was prancing around the wheelchair, beyond proud of her newest work. The daughter knew that within a month the body would finish running and all the torment would begin anew. While the mother spoke, the new corpse was already turning pale. I was so busy preparing for the day that I completely forgot about dinner. It may be the middle of the night, but how about we have ourselves a celebratory meal? Sit for a whole family. The police and the sword? You absolutely good for nothing husband. I should have done it myself. Mother simply said. You've always been so offish, and thanks to you, you have now ruined it for all of us. Do not let them down here, or they will take our son away from us. The parents were distracted. Now was her chance. As hard as she could, the daughter bit down on her father's hand, drawing deep blood. He jumped back, the girls burst from his arms, and peeled up the stairs. You better rethink that right now. The mother had her butcher knife around the other child's neck. If you leave us, I'll kill him. You won't want us to be responsible for your brother's death again, would you? That would make mommy very sad. I'm not afraid to do it. Don't take another step. For a split second, the daughter almost pitied her mother. Throughout this entire month, the mother kept denying and making excuses, completely delusional that nothing was wrong with her other child. Even now, she was threatening this decapitated corpse like a hostage with value. What's that, darling? You want me to kill her instead? That does make sense. I've always loved you more anyway. The other woman faced her daughter, her knife already poised for attack. She wasn't kidding. Sweetheart, listen to your mother. Come down these stairs right now. You already caused her enough trouble. The daughter was so close to escape, but her legs refused to move. Gloria? Her head was ready to burst out of her chest. She would know that voice anywhere. Brother? In the corner of the room, a figure turned his pitiful head to face her. But how? He was supposed to be dead. I'm sorry everything turned out this way. It wasn't your fault. Gloria needs to run now. And with those last words, his body collapsed back to the floor, bursting into a blackened sludge. Now he was truly gone. That closure was just what she needed. With no more time to spare, the daughter grit her teeth and sprinted up the rest of the stairs. Out of the house, she buried it into a policeman's arms. The mother's holding was already far in the distance. Hey, be careful, this is a child. Are you hurt? What is your name? It had been so long since the last time she touched a warm human being. Her resilience was finally rewarded. Don't worry, young lady, we'll take care of this. You're safe now. You cover the seeds with dirt, sprinkle some water every so often, and they will be ripe for picking in October. Wow, that's so cool. What's the biggest pumpkin you've ever grown? Hard to say. Maybe the size of a car? No way, Daddy, you're such a liar. The father chuckled. But I have won a blue ribbon at the state fair before. You should have seen the look on your mother's face. Having fun out there? Yeah, Daddy is showing us how to grow crops. Dinner is on the table. You three better hurry, or it will get cold. Last one is a rotten egg. Wait up, you had a head start. Daddy, where are you running to? Your legs are longer. It's not fair. Is that it? The mother put up a valiant struggle in staying with her deceased victims, but she was eventually dragged away, kicking and screaming. Ultimately, she was institutionalized. The father was charged with kidnapping, and shortly afterwards committed suicide in prison. No one would mourn his death. With no family left to claim guardianship over the daughter, she was simply shipped to the nearest orphanage. For the longest time, this tragedy became the talk of the town. Who could have known that the quiet, but kind-hearted family were hostile monsters. It was rather lonesome in the orphanage. No matter how many times the daughter bathed herself, fellow children constantly remarked about her repugnant smell. She couldn't tell if it was because they were mocking, or if the girl could truly never wash away the scent of death from her house. Oh, you poor child, I can't begin to imagine your pain. Don't worry, we'll find a good family to take care of you. At least the nuns were kind enough to ignore her smell. She was able to make friends with one of the older nuns, who was well known throughout the place for her baking skills. I baked a nice pumpkin pie today. Would you like a piece? Shoo, you silly fly, this pie is not for you. I'm sorry there's such nonsense. The flies have been unusually bold recently, and I don't know why. If you would like, I can cut another slice of pie for you. Pass it, please. I'm not hungry. Are you sure? I'm begging you, I can't bear to look at it anymore. As you wish, my dear. That's sad. The final stage of decomposition, the body remains will dry out. 100%. You know, it could be real. I'm not sure if it's actually based on the full thing. Like whatever it says that it is 100% medically accurate. Yeah, you know, this could genuinely happen in real life. I'm not sure if it's actually based on the story itself, like if it's actually a story, but I wanna be really surprised if it's actually a real thing that has actually happened before. But it's sad. It's not what I heard about this game, it was the most disturbing, most creepiest, most scariest game I've ever played. It's not scary, it's sad. It is scary, but it's not that scary that I thought it would be. I thought it would be like, yo, jump scare, it's just sad. But I don't understand why. The father just kind of back. I guess they both got the mother couldn't believe that her son was gone, and the father just kind of closed down, I guess. And two different people having two type of griefs, I guess. But that's it was sad. I didn't think it would be actually like this. This is not what I expected it would be, but I don't know what I have any more to say. It's sad that they should have gone I don't know. The star just immediately jumped, whenever I opened the game, it just the first texts were immediately oh, he's dead. And then it's just getting worse and worse and worse. It is disturbing, yeah, in a way. More so it's sad, excuse me. But I don't have much to say about it. I feel like every time I'm playing a game I want to add so much stuff. Because every time I see gameplays, they talk about it, they deeply talk about it. And I don't have much to say. It's messed up. That's all I have to say. It's messed up, it's wrong, it's some sort I get it. A lot of I mean I've heard a lot of stories that happen whenever I told you before that. I kinda don't want to repeat myself because it's kind of annoying. But I'm forcing myself to say stuff. I don't know what to say. It's messed up. But I hope you liked the gameplay. I feel so wrong for saying oh, I hope you enjoyed. I feel so wrong for saying that in those kind of games because kind of really there was nothing to enjoy. This game is messed up. It's sad. It's just sad. It's more sad that I did hold in my tears 3 times whenever. But the father, the cheating, was it the cheating? Was the mother woman because he was cheating? Oh, you can always scroll back. Fuck no. Hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.